Hey everyone, welcome to Leejieun's channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you never miss out. Are you ready for a brand new recap video? Let's get started. Episode 7 of When Life Gives You Tangerines begins with the Olympics approaching, prompting the authorities to remove local fish market sellers so the Olympic torch can pass along the sea route. Since this disrupts the sellers' livelihoods, they protest. However, instead of standing with the village folk, Sang-sil sides with the authorities until Asoon arrives and silently lies down on the road in protest. Her act of defiance halts all Olympic torch clearance activities. This moment really emphasizes Asoon's strength and how much she's grown into her leadership role. Her silent protest is a callback to her resilience throughout the years, especially in standing up for what she believes in. It also contrasts with Sang-sil, who is more concerned with his position than the well-being of the people. As the elections draw near, Sang-sil resorts to attacking Asoon, his competitor. Through these attacks, we discover that while Gumyong is a gifted scholar, her younger brother is quite the opposite. Asoon receives a call from Eunmyong's homeroom teacher, requesting that she come to the school immediately. Without knowing the truth, she came to school with positive thinking. It is revealed that Eunmyong has been caught running a small but disruptive business, stealing the first letters from teachers' car emblems and selling them to his classmates. Asoon tries to apologize, but the teacher doesn't hold back, saying that if Eunmyong doesn't change his ways, he'll end up a troublemaker for life. Meanwhile, back in Jeju, Sang-sil continues his campaign, but is caught massaging the feet of another woman by the Henyos, including Asoon. Seizing the opportunity, she threatens to expose his true nature, just as he had been attacking her, leading him to withdraw from the race. This paves the way for Asoon to become the first female village chief, loved by the townspeople. Gwan-sik, who had been quietly supporting her campaign, is ecstatic. That night, they all celebrate, and later, Asoon reminisces about her mother and how she had once been so excited to hear Asoon declare that she would become a president someday. Back in Seoul, Gumyong is on her own again, because Yongbyum has gone to do his military service. She broke it off with him before he left, and we see her get into a fancy car with a man. And although rumors are circulating about what she's doing with him, we quickly learn that he's a driver for an extremely wealthy, but not too bright, high school student that Gumyong is tutoring. When Gumyong goes to the girl's house to tutor her, the mother tells her that they've been searching all over for a smart student who looks just like her daughter. She wants Gumyong to take the college entrance exam in her daughter's place. She may not have smarts, but she has money. They can help each other out. If the daughter gets into a top 3 school, she'll buy Gumyong a 3-bedroom apartment in Seoul. Elsewhere, Gwan-sik discovers that Gumyong is ineligible to live in the dorms when he suddenly arrives in Seoul to meet her. As he waits for Gumyong to come back, coincidentally, Yongbyum, on his break from military service, is also waiting for her. After a while, Yongbyum finally recognizes Gwan-sik and, amusingly, introduces him as Gumyong's friend. Back to Gumyong, her decision really highlights her integrity, even in the face of financial hardship. It's a tough situation, she's struggling, yet she refuses to compromise her values. This moment also reflects how much she's taken after her mother, Asoon, who has always fought for what's right, no matter the cost. The woman insults her, muttering that poor people have nothing but pride, and Gumyong leaves the apartment, taking with her the money she's owed. But on the way out of the building, the security guard stops her and says the woman reported that she stole some money along with a diamond ring. Gumyong tries to give him the money, but without producing the ring, she's taken to the police station. At the police station, things look grim for Gumyong. The wealthy woman who falsely accused her of stealing a diamond ring is using her status and influence to sway the officers. Gumyong, on the other hand, is visibly shaken. Not only is she being framed, but she's also aware that she was tutoring illegally, which weakens her credibility. Back at the wealthy woman's house, we finally learn her true motive. She falsely accused Gumyong out of spite, not just because her offer was rejected, but because her pride was wounded by a poor girl who had the courage to stand her ground. Unbeknownst to her, the housekeeper, quiet and observant, had overheard everything. While cleaning the lady's room, she discovered the ring hidden inside a drawer. Calmly and quietly, she retrieved it and deliberately dropped it under the living room couch. A moment later, she loudly called out, "Ma'am, look what I just found under the couch. Isn't this the missing ring?" The woman froze, her face draining of color. But the housekeeper wasn't finished. She approached her and quietly said, "Call the police and tell them the truth, or I'll throw this ring down the drain and no one will be able to help you." When Gumyong released from the station, she calls her mom from a payphone, but can't bear to tell her what happened. She learns that her father, at that very moment, is in Seoul waiting to see her. She feels angry at her mom for being poor, and at the same time, she's angry that her dad has been sitting in the cold waiting for her. When she meets up with Kwon-shik, he takes her to eat, and she tells him she lost her job, didn't get a scholarship, and will have to leave the dorms. He says that all the best minds from the whole nation are compiled in one university. She can't always be perfect. He wouldn't even be able to share a table with them. But what was meant as comfort just feels more overwhelming to Gumyong. Her dad tells her to find an apartment. He'll catch more fish to pay the rent. He wants her to do everything she wants. He's worried she'll be beaten or killed. They're sitting at the bus station waiting for Kwon-shik to board, and the election is on the TV. As everyone celebrates the results around them, father and daughter look sad, and Gumyong continues to cry. Her father came all the way to Seoul just to see her, and she feels guilty. When Kwon-shik finally gets on the bus, he waves from the window and Gumyong is reluctant to wave back. We see flashbacks to earlier scenes of when Gumyong was a toddler, and she and Asoon happily waved goodbye to Kwon-shik as he left for work. Then we see Kwon-shik on the bus in Seoul, waving to Gumyong, and she turns into that smiling, waving toddler again in his eyes. Back to the housekeeper, who quietly saves Gumyong by exposing the truth, is later revealed to be the same woman Asoon and Kwon-shik helped years ago during their trip to Busan. Back then, she was in a desperate situation, and Asoon Hei offered her food and kindness without expecting anything in return. That small act of compassion stayed with her. The drama continues when Gumyong is selected to do a study abroad in Japan based on academic merit, but doesn't have the money to go. One of her professors really wants to send her and is offering to pay for the trip. Gumyong turns it down, says some polite things, and calls her mom to tell her how good it feels just to have someone want to do that for her. Asoon starts asking how much the trip costs, and Gumyong won't even tell her. She realizes that while she can say such pretty things to the professor she's grateful to, she can't say nice things to the person she's most grateful to in the world. They argue on the phone, both trying to do what's right for the other and resenting each other's behavior the whole time. In the end, the parents decide to sell their house and move to a small apartment in order to send Gumyong abroad. On the plane, and with a stack of cash in her bag, Gumyong cries the whole ride. We see Asoon standing in the street, looking up at the tiny place they're about to move into, and smiling. She wanted so badly to study, and now she's sending her daughter all the way to study abroad. She's laughing, and that concludes the volume of Summer. In the end of this episode is also show that Asoon unexpectedly wins the poetry competition. The very one her group of aunties secretly submitted her poem. How do you think about the episodes? In my opinion, the second volume from episodes 7-8 is even better than the first, as our grown leads learn about parenthood, sacrifice and major loss. With time marching on, we center on the story of our couple's eldest child, their daughter, and the stifling pressure to succeed. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.